Okay. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. And this is another episode of Infantry Patrolling. So I believe we stopped at this area in this page here, I believe. I hope that you can read it. I'm trying to do this so that you can basically pause the video and read for yourself, take your own screenshots. You can even copy this and print it out, if you will, and make your own. So I believe we stopped here at issue the patrol operational order. I believe that's where we stopped at. And if not, then it's just a reiteration, which is fine. So, issuing the patrol order. I hope you can see that well right up here. The patrol leader issues his order in a clear, concise, and forceful manner. Before the patrol leader gives his order, he gives the patrol a brief orientation on the area of operation. He follows the format for the patrol leader's order shown in Figure 2-13. I think we encountered that before. He issues his order to all members of the patrol if the tactical situation will permit. The patrol member remains attentive, takes notes, and holds questions until the patrol leader has completed his order. This prevents interruption of the patrol leader's chain of thought. Available visual aids such as terrain models, blackboards, and sand tables are used to help ensure complete understanding by all. If visual aids are not available, planned action can be sketched in the sand, dirt, or snow, etc. 2-13. Inspect, rehearse, and supervise. Inspection and rehearsals are vital to proper preparation. They are conducted even though the patrol leader and patrol members are well experienced in patrolling. A. Inspections during planning and preparation determine the state of readiness, both physical and mental, of the patrol. 1. Inspect before rehearsals to ensure completeness and correctiveness of uniform and equipment. The patrol leader should question each man to ensure that he knows A. The mission, the planned actions of the patrol. B. The part he plays, what he is to do, and when he is to do it. C. What others are to do as far as their actions concern him. D. Challenges, passwords, codes, radio call signs and frequencies, reporting times, and other pertinent details. 2. The patrol leader conducts his final inspection just prior to departure to ensure that all equipment is still in proper working order, that nothing is left behind, and that the men are ready to accomplish the mission. Prescribed camouflage measures will be taken by all patrol members, and the patrol leader inspects to ensure this. If appropriate, the patrol leader reviews all the details covered in the pre-rehearsal inspection. 3. For large patrols, the patrol leader may and often will find it necessary to designate that the inspections be conducted by element leaders. The patrol leader makes spot checks of individuals and thoroughly inspects his subordinate leaders. B. Rehearsals ensure the operational proficiency of the patrol. Plans are checked and needed changes made. The patrol leader verifies the suitability of equipment. It is through rehearsals that the patrol members become thoroughly familiar with the actions they are to take during the patrol. 1. If the patrol is to operate at night, conduct both day and night rehearsals over terrain similar to that over which the patrol will operate. All actions will be rehearsed. If time is limited, rehearse the most critical phases. Priorities of actions to be rehearsed are... Let's see if I can get this in frame. Outstanding. There we go. A. Actions to be accomplished at the objective. Always rehearsed. B. Formations and order of movement. C. Actions at enemy contact. D. Actions at danger area. E. Departure and re-entry of friendly areas. F. Landing times, stream crossing plans, recovery plans, etc. And G. Other. 2. An effective method of conducting the rehearsal is to talk the patrol through each phase, describing the actions and having each man perform the duties. When everything is clear to all members, run the patrol through using only the signals and commands to be used during the actual patrol. Continue rehearsals until the patrol is thoroughly familiar with the planned operation. 3. Rehearsals are conducted to full patrol uniform and equipment, except that camouflage is usually not applied. The importance of rehearsals cannot be too highly stressed. Rehearsals may mean the difference between a good or poor patrol. They may even mean the difference between life and death. C. Supervision. Like coordination is continuous by all leaders at all times. 2-17. Execute the mission. Execute the mission is the last patrol step and is discussed in detail in Chapter 3. 2-18. Summary to Section 2. The most important lesson to be learned from Section 2 is to allow adequate time for necessary planning and to develop logically the best possible plan. In combat, there will not be sufficient time to go through each patrol step adequately in detail. As has been previously noted, the patrol leaders must consider all steps, but the situation and time factor will dictate how many of the steps he will actually accomplish. After the patrol leader and his unit have become experienced in patrolling, many of the patrol steps will have become standing operating procedures. With experience, the patrol leader and individual Marine will find that many of the patrol steps will fuse together and become a matter of routine accomplishment. Section 3. Patrol Bases. 2-19. General. A patrol base is a position established when a patrol halts for an extended period. When a patrol is required to halt for an extended period of time in an area which is not protected by friendly forces, it must take active and passive measures to ensure maximum security while in such a vulnerable situation. The most effective means is to select, occupy, and organize an area which, by its location and nature, provide passive security from enemy detection. This area is called a patrol base. Planning for the establishment of a patrol base will generally be part of the patrol's overall plan of operation and, as such, will be included in the patrol operation order. However, there will be times when the establishment of a patrol base will be an on-the-spot decision. B. The maximum length of time a patrol base may be occupied depends on the need for secrecy. This, in turn, may depend on whether the patrol is engaged in conventional or counter-guerrilla operations. In either situation, occupations must not exceed 24 hours except in an extreme emergency, such as when air evacuation is not available for those wounded whose conditions or numbers prevent the patrol from moving to a new base. In all situations, a patrol base is occupied the minimum time necessary to accomplish the purpose for which it is established. The same patrol base should not be used again at a later date. There we go. 1. In conventional operations, secrecy is mandatory. The enemy must always be presumed to be capable of artillery, air, or ground attack if a patrol base is discovered. In this situation, a patrol base is evacuated if discovery is even suspected. 2. In counter-guerrilla operations, secrecy is always desired, but may not always be as essential as in conventional operations. The need for secrecy and evacuation, if discovered, depends on the degree of control the guerrilla forces has in the area. Their capabilities depends on the capability to react to the discovery of a patrol base and their capability to effectively adversely the patrol's operation. When the guerrilla force is relatively small and weak, secrecy may not be as essential consideration and evacuation may not be required if the base is discovered. In an area controlled by a large guerrilla force with a relatively high degree of combat capability, secrecy is mandatory and evacuation, if discovered, is usually required. 2-20 Purposes. A. Typical situation that requires planning for the establishment of a patrol base include those where there is 1. A. Requirement to cease all movement during daylight hours to avoid detection. 2. A requirement to hide the patrol while the patrol leader conducts a detailed reconnaissance of the objective area. 3. A need to rest to reorganize after extended movements. 4. A need to formulate a final plan and issue necessary orders prior to action at the objective. 5. A requirement for reorganization after a patrol has infiltrated the enemy area in small groups. 6. A requirement for a base from which to conduct several consecutive or concurrent operations such as ambushes, raids, reconnaissance, or surveillance patrols. B. Any unforeseen occurrence that may result during the conduct of a patrol could lead to an on-the-spot establishment of a patrol base. This decision may be made by the patrol leader with the concurrence of higher headquarters, or it may be made by higher headquarters. 2-21. Selection of location. A. An initial patrol base is one which is usually selected by map or aerial reconnaissance or by prior knowledge of an area during the patrol planning. Location of the initial patrol base remains tentative until its suitability is confirmed and has been secured before occupation. Plans to establish a patrol base must include selection of an alternative location, a rendezvous point, and a rally point. B. The alternative patrol base location is for use if the initial location proves unsuitable or if the patrol is required to evacuate the initial location prematurely. In conventional operations, it is usually desired to reconnoiter the alternate location and keep it under surveillance until occupied or until no longer needed. The need for this reconnaissance surveillance is not as great in counter-guerrilla operations and is not likely to be possible or practical. C. A rendezvous point is selected and used by the patrol when it has to vacate the patrol base by individual or small groups movement to avoid enemy detection. The rendezvous point should be known by the patrol leaders, but is not normally reconnoitered before use. D. The rally point is for use if the patrol is dispersed from the patrol base. It is a point over which the patrol has previously passed and has been found suitable and is known to all. 2-22. Considerations when planning a patrol base. Planning the patrol base must include considerations of the mission of the base, as well as passive and active security measures. And there we go. Awesome. A. Mission. A patrol base must be located so that it best enables the patrol to accomplish the mission. B. Passive security measures. 1. Avoid built-up areas. 2. Select an area remote from all human habitation. 3. Avoid known or suspected enemy positions. 4. Select terrain which would be considered of little tactical value. 5. Avoid ridge lines, topographical crests, valleys, lakes, and streams. 6. Select steep terrain, ravines, and other such areas that would impede foot movement. 7. Avoid all roads and trails. 8. Select areas which do not offer natural line of drift. 9. Avoid open woods and clearings. 10. Select areas offering dense vegetation, preferably brushes and trees that spread out close to the ground. C. Active security measures. 1. Establish an outpost system covering all the likely avenues of approach into the area. 2. Establish a radio communication net with the outpost to provide early warning of an enemy approach. 3. Select an alternate area for occupation if the original clandestine assembly area is compromised or found unsuitable. 4. Plan for withdrawal in the event of discovery and the route to take to the alternate patrol base. 5. Establish an alert plan with a certain percentage of personnel awake at all times. 6. Organize the elements of the patrol so necessary actions can be placed with a minimum of movement. 7. Employ the shackle code system of transmitting grid coordinates as to not compromise your location. Shackle. Or funky horse, or whatever. Shackle being, what? Anyway, that's covered in another section there. It's a code. Anyway. 2-23. Occupation and operation of a patrol base. A patrol base may be occupied in either of two ways: by moving to the selected site and expanding into and organizing the area, or by halting near the selected site and sending forward a team to make a reconnaissance of the area. The method used must be thoroughly planned and rehearsed. The establishment and use of patrol base drills with these methods will assist in the swift and efficient establishment of patrol bases. A suggested sequence for the occupation of the patrol base and subsequent operation is described below. 1. Approach. We have a figure. The patrol is halted at the last suitable position within 200 meters of the tentative patrol base location. Looks like we have a figure. An illustration. All right. Outstanding. Don't have to move it too much. There we go. 2. Close-in security is established. 3. Previously designated individuals, generally element leaders, join the patrol leader to conduct a reconnaissance with 1 security man each. B. Reconnaissance. This is another figure. So the first figure that we have here is the patrol minus patrol leader and elements. Patrol leader, assistant patrol leader, element leader, tentative locations. They come in and they establish this perimeter, this patrol base. As you can tell, in like using the clock method. Boom, 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 boom. They set up shop here. There's 4 of them, and that's your patrol leader in the middle. And then he just puts out the assistant patrol leaders and element leaders, and basically conducts it. This is your area this is your area of responsibility. This is your area. This is your area. And so when they go back and they grab their grab the rest of the patrol, they can fill in these gaps. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, I think they show that in the next one. Okay. Yes, the patrol leader designates the individuals to bring the patrol forward, or leaves a radio with the security unit and brings the patrol forward. Let's carry on with the whole thing here. The patrol leader then moved with his element leaders and their security men to the tentative patrol base location, where the patrol leader designates 1 point of entry into the patrol base. Right there. This point is designated as 6 o'clock. There you go. Welcome. Welcome to 6 o'clock. So everybody knows. Only 1 point is designated as entrance and exit to reduce the chances of being discovered. The party moves to the center of the proposed patrol base, which is designated the patrol base headquarters. Right in the middle. Right in the center. The patrol leader, 2. The patrol leader then assigns sectors of responsibility by the clock system to the element leaders. They in turn reconnoiter their assigned areas for suitability and return to patrol leader upon completion. So they go out or they look out and go, okay, I'm going to put a guy there, 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 there. Okay, we got some cover there. Oh, we got a snake pit over here. Oh, shit. Anyway, 3. The patrol leader then sets up security for the patrol base by causing the security men to be set in at the various elements link-up points. These men will remain at these positions until all patrol members have been set in, so there will be no question as to link-up points. Basically, yeah, your element leaders, your security guys will say, okay, you go left, 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 right, as they come in. The patrol leader, 4. The patrol leader designates individuals to bring the patrol forward or leaves a radio with the security unit and brings the patrol in when ready. All right, on to this one. I got this. Yep. C, occupation. Oh, we got 3 figures. All right. This one being first. 1, the patrol leaves the line of march at right angles and enters the patrol base in single file, moving to the center of the base. Designated man removes signs of the patrol movements. 2, each leader peels off his unit and leads it to the left flank of his assigned sector. Marine Corps, everything's to the left. Everything. To the left, left foot, left flank, everything. Everything is left. 3, each unit occupies its portion of the perimeter by moving clockwise to the left flank of the next sector. See what I mean? The patrol leader will physically check his perimeter by meeting each leader at the left flank of his sector and moving clockwise. 5, each leader reconnoiters forward of his sector of responsibility. He accomplished this by moving the designated distance forward of the left flank of his sector, moving clockwise to the right limit of his sector, and re-enters the right flank to his sector. The leader should pay particular attention to likely observation and listing post sites, any indication of enemy or civilian in the area, and possible withdrawal routes. He reports this observation to the patrol leader. 6, the patrol leader will designate rally points, observation points, OPs, and listing points, LPs, LPOPs is what we call them, observation points, listening points, LPOPs, rendezvous points, and withdrawal routes. 7. Each unit puts out one 2-man OP during the day and one 3-man LP during the night, and establishes essential communications. The number of men forming an LPOP are just guidelines. The patrol leader may use more men than suggested, but he should never use less. And here we have the figure talking about how the patrol base establishment occupation initial phase is. You come in, boom, and everybody just goes boom, 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 like a clock. Here we have another figure as prescribed. There you go. Please feel free to take a good shot of that. Routes of leadership reconnaissance. So they come in, they go around, go in and out, and they look at their position. So they're going out a little bit, and they're looking back at their position and kind of taking a little recon of the area, seeing what the enemy could see if there's anybody. Hey, you need to cover up your head. You got this peace sign on your helmet. Fix that shit now. Things like that. You need to move over a little to your right behind that tree. I lost power there for a minute. There we go. Etc., etc. And also, of course, finding any kind of possible things out here around in this area. Possible E&E exfil routes. Any kind of observing. Say he sees a village over here that's doing something. Anyway, doesn't matter. All that. D. Operation 1. Security. A. Only one point of entry and exit is used. This point must be well camouflaged and guarded at all times. B. Fires are built only when necessary and, as a general rule, only in daylight. Whether day or night, only necessary fires are built, and they are kept as small as possible. Where terrain permits, fires are built in pits, and if built at night, are carefully covered and shielded. Building fires in pits reduce the danger of visual detection and facilitates extinguishing the fires and camouflaging of a site. The driest and hardest wood available is used to reduce smoke. In most areas, the best time for building fires is when the air is thin and smoke dissipates quickly, usually around noon. Early morning may be appropriate, however, in areas where there is ground fog, the risk of detection because of lingering odor must be weighed against the risk of detection due to smoke and visibility. So, I've never had a fire. Never, ever, ever have I had a fire in a patrol base. It's just not done. There's no fires. None. There's no fires. There's no smoking. There's no noise. You are laying there. You are laying there, and you're either awake or you're asleep. One of the two. You're eating chow. You're doing it very, very quietly. It's cold. You're not heating up anything. You're in a patrol base. It's quiet time, and there's no fires. I've never had a fire in a patrol base ever. So, C. Noisy tasks, says cutting branches are accomplished only at designated times, as early as possible after occupation, but never at night, nor during the quiet periods of early morning and late evening. When possible, noisy tasks are performed when other sounds are covering them, such as sounds of aircraft, artillery, or distant battle noises, or rain, or snow, sleet, whatever. Movement, both inside and outside the patrol bases, is restricted to the necessary minimum. Like I said, you're not doing much in there. Sleeping, eating, or standing guard. Or you're moving out. So. Oh, that's a lot easier. E. Civilians who discover the location of the patrol base are detained until the base is moved or until they can be evacuated to higher headquarters. As appropriate, care is taken to ensure that detained civilians learn as little as possible about the base, its operation, and future plans. If necessary, they are tied and blindfolded and their ears covered. Or the other. Anyway, F. When sufficient personnel are available, OPs, observation posts, are manned by at least 2 individuals so they can alternate and ensure alertness at all times. This also removes the need for traffic between the OP and the patrol base. Yeah, if you're stuck in LPOP, it's a lonely time, lonely time. Lots of time spent out there just sitting and listening and watching. Yeah, and sleeping. Let's see. G. When sufficient personnel are available, listening posts are manned by at least 2, preferably 3 individuals, so they can alternate and remain alert without back and forth movement. There you go. H. 100% alert is observed morning and evening at half hour for 1/2 hour before and 1/2 hour after light in the morning, and a half hour before and a half hour after dark in the evening. This ensures that every man is acclimated to changing light conditions and is dressed, equipped, and ready for action. F. Each man makes certain that he knows the location of men and positions to his flank, front, and rear, and that he knows the times and routes of any expected movement within, into, and out of the patrol base. 2. Defense. Defensive measures are planned, but a patrol base is usually defended only when evacuation is not possible. Right. A patrol base is not a fighting position. It is a patrol base. It's a place to sit and chill, rest, think about what to do, hide. It's not a fighting position. It's a patrol base. But it can be made into a fighting position rather quickly by digging in. Defensive measures are planned, but a patrol base is usually defended only when evacuation is not possible. A. Elaborate firing positions are not constructed. B. Camouflage and concealment are stressed. C. Artillery and mortar fire may be planned if available. Early warning devices may be placed in avenues of approach if the base definitely will be defended. Mines, trip flares, and booby traps may be placed in avenues of approach and in areas which cannot be covered by fire. The value of these devices must be weighed against the fact that their discovery automatically compromises the patrol base. That's the point of the patrol base, is to remain hidden, to remain unseen. D. An alert plan is established. This includes plans for evacuation and defense. All members must know these plans and the signals or orders for their implementation. Plans for defending the base may include pursuit and destruction of the attacking forces. This is patrol base lines of communications. And there's the... figure 219. Communications, figure 2-19. Communication is established with higher headquarters supporting units, LPOPs, and the system must provide that every man to be alerted quickly and quietly. A. Radios are an excellent means of alerting everyone, but must be carefully controlled. B. Wire can be used within the patrol base if its bulk and weight and time required to lay the pick and to pick it up are not disadvantageous. Right, the use of field phones with communication lines. C. Tug or pull wires may be used for signaling. They are quiet and reduce radio or telephone traffic. Basically, there's a wire tied to someone's ear or arm, and a tug, tug, tug means, oh shit, somebody's coming. Maintenance. Okay, D. Messengers may be used within the patrol base. It's usually... You want to keep it. You want to keep it. People moving about will definitely alert people of your presence. So it's best to use other methods. 4. Maintenance. Weapons and equipment are cleaned and maintained as required. 5. Sanitation and personal hygiene. A. In daylight, cat holes outside the perimeter are used. The user must be guarded. What does that mean? That means cat holes. Poop. Dig a hole, poop in it. Cover it up. At night, cat holes are dug inside the perimeter and then covered up promptly. C. Men wash, shave, and brush their teeth as needed. Consistent with the situation includes availability of water. D. Cans, food, and other trash are buried and the site concealed. Messing. 6. Men eat at staggered times, as planned and controlled. Preparation is planned if required to include preparation of future meals. 7. Water. Guarded water parties provide water. Individuals do not visit the water source. No more than 2 visits to the source are made within a 24-hour period. Use of water should be consistent with demands and the availability of water. 8. Rest. Rest and sleep are permitted only after all work has been accomplished. Rest periods are staggered so that proper security is maintained. Consistent with work and security requirements, each man is scheduled to get as much sleep and rest as possible. 9. Resupply. If the patrol is to be resupplied by air, the flight path, drop, and or landing zone and caches are located so that neither the base nor possible objectives are compromised. 10. Planning and conducting operations. A. Details of operations plan must be made known to all men without assembling all at one time, and thus endangering the security of the base. Rehearsals are limited to terrain models, with a portion of the patrol rehearsing while the remainder provides security. Weapons are not test fired. B. If part of the patrol leaves for an operation, the perimeter is adjusted if necessary to ensure security. C. Orders are as brief as possible. Maximum practical use is made of fragmentary orders and references to SOPs. Fragmentary orders, what does that mean? Basically, somebody comes in and goes, hey, during this thing, you're going to go left. Okay, got it, bye. And, that's how it works. 11, departure. All possible signs of the patrol presence are removed or concealed. This may help to deny the enemy knowledge of your presence in the area, prevent pursuit, or help deny the enemy information of your methods or operating patrol bases. B. Night evacuation is avoided if possible. You make a lot of noise and you miss a lot of shit. C. The patrol evacuates as a unit when possible. 2-24, summary of Section 3. The basic concepts presented in Section 3 are the optimal means for establishing, occupying, and operating a patrol base in an actual combat situation. Some of the concepts will undoubtedly have to be modified. An important fact to remember is that, like any other tactical situation, the more detailed and concise the plans are, the better the endeavor is likely to proceed. Security is paramount at all times. All right, now we have our little test. Infantry Patrolling Lesson 2, Patrol Organization, Planning, Preparation, and Patrol Bases. There you go. Please feel free to look into that. I don't know. Should I read them? Yeah, why not? Lesson objectives. Upon successful completion of this lesson, you will be able to determine patrol organization and the steps taken to plan and prepare for infantry patrols. You will also be able to identify the functions and operations of a patrol base. A. Multiple choice. Select the one answer which best completes the statement or answers the question. After the corresponding number of the answer sheet, blacken the appropriate box. Value 1 point each. Question 1. What ensures the accomplishment of a patrol mission in the most efficient manner possible? A. Squad and fire team coordination. B. Patrol organization. C. Fire team integrity. D. Commanding officer's inspection. Tell me in the comments. 2. What is the primary consideration in organizing a patrol? A. Enemy reaction to patrols. Organization of movements. Defensive positions. Action to be accomplished on the objective. 3. What is the secondary consideration in organizing a patrol? Is it A. Mission. B. Organization of movements, booby traps, or occupying a defensive position? 4. Which are the major subdivisions of a patrol? A. Squad, element, teams, or fire teams? 5. How many elements are usually contained in a reconnaissance patrol? 2, 3, 4, or 5? Notice there's no 1. Which element of a reconnaissance patrol reconnoiters or maintains surveillance over the objective? A. Security element, headquarters element, reconnaissance element, assault element. 7. Which element of a reconnaissance patrol gives early warning of enemy approach into the objective area and provides protection for the reconnaissance element? A headquarters element, assault element, security element, support element. Does this thing keep going? Oh man, yeah it does. Yeah it does. Alright. Cool. Take the test. Take the test. Tell me how you do. See what you got. 8. What is the third element that may be required with a large reconnaissance patrol? Assault element, headquarters element, safeguard element, security element. 9. A combat patrol normally has blank elements. 1, 2, 3, or 4. 10. What is the mission of the assault element of a combat patrol? Gauges the enemy on the objective. Supplies firepower for the security element. Reconnoiters the ORP. Keeps additional enemy from entering the objective area. I don't know. 11. The security element of a combat patrol provides security during movement of the patrol. Secures the ORP and secures the objective. Keeps additional enemy troops from entering the controls POVs after capture. Searches enemy dead. Anyway. 12. Which element of a combat patrol would be made up of the patrol leader? Corpsman, artillery FO, and all other personnel who have no specific duties other than the element. Reserve element, attack element, reconnaissance element, headquarters element. 13. When the assault element desires additional firepower at the objective, which other element is organized? Alternative, reserve, support, security. When the patrol leader plans and prepares for patrol, what does he use as a guide? A clock system, warning order, tentative plan, patrol steps? Please tell me. 15. Why does the patrol leader study the mission terrain and situation after having received the operation orders from higher authorities? Is it to identify the essential tasks to be accomplished when executing the mission? To see if any mistakes were made by higher authorities? So he can calm his men if the mission is a hazardous one. So he can brief any interested personnel not going on the patrol. Yeah, they make it pretty obvious, don't they? 16. Which system is used by the patrol leader to plan the use of time before patrol? Reverse planning, 3-hour planning, reverse time planning, minimum time planning. Tell me in the comments. 17. Which factor will most influence the formation and dispersion of the patrol? A. Camouflage, experience of members, type of terrain, weather. Boom. Decide here. Perfect. 18. What does the patrol leader do after the study of the mission, terrain, and situation? Issue the operation order. Issue the warning order. Makes a tentative plan. Completes detailed plans. 19. When organizing the patrol and selecting men, weapons, and equipment, why would the patrol leader try to maintain fire team and squad integrity? Is it so he can give the job to patrol leaders and one of the squad leaders to ensure a smooth operating patrol? Patrol cannot be larger than a squad size. No particular reason. That's just the way it's done. Why did they put that in there? 20. Why should the patrol leader issue his warning as soon as his tentative plan is complete? Some of the patrol members might want to change the plan. It gives the patrol members maximum time to make preparations. That's just the way it's done. There we go. Each patrol member should share the responsibility early. I don't know. You tell me. 21. Patrol leader issues a warning order to navigators and pacers only. Element leaders only. All patrol members, if possible. Element leaders and attached personnel only. 22. Which information is not found in a warning order? Is it mission of the patrol, weapons, ammunition, equipment, formation of the movement, or brief statement? 23. What is the most important point of remember about patrol coordination? Is it accomplished with its artillery units by using the radio after the patrol has begun? Is it continuous throughout the planning and execution of the patrol? Is it conducted at half-hour intervals until no longer needed? Is it completed prior to issuing the warning order? 24. Why, when coordinating with a forward unit for the patrol's passage, should the coordinating team wear the same uniform as the forward unit? A. To keep the troops on the front line happy. B. So the team will not be caught out of uniform in case some of the men on the front line have to be used with the patrol, or so the enemy suspicion is not aroused. Please tell me in the comments. 25. Of the types of reconnaissance which may be available to the patrol leader when he makes his reconnaissance, which is mandatory. Map, visual, aerial, physical. 26. When is the initial rally point of the patrol selected by the patrol leader? Approximately the same hour the patrol is in the start of the day prior to the patrol, or as he studies the mission, or during his reconnaissance, or during execution of the mission. Wow, this thing keeps going and going and going. 27. Of the key words listed below, which would be used as a guide by the patrol leaders to make up his patrol operation order? 5 S's, salute, Kakoa, or Shmiak. 28. What is the main purpose of the patrol leader holding inspections during the planning and preparation of the patrol? Is it to have a chance to issue the patrol operation order, to determine the patrol's physical and mental state of readiness, to ensure the operational proficiency of the patrol, to issue the warning order? 29. Who else besides the patrol leader inspects the patrol members? Is it Battalion S4, subordinate leaders, navigator, pacer? Please tell me in the comments. 30. Which action should always be rehearsed? Action to be accomplished on the objective, departure and entry, re-entry of friendly lines, helicopter extractions, formations that may be used en route. 31. Which is the last patrol step to be accomplished? Is it complete detailed plans, issue the operation order, execute the mission, organize the patrol? 32. When an extended halt must be called in an area not protected by friendly forces, what must the patrol do? Call in artillery? Fire the FPL? Occupy a patrol base? Or abort the missions? So please tell me in the comments. 33. What is the maximum period of time a patrol base may be occupied? 12 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours. 34. Which of the following is not a reason to occupy a patrol base? To organize a patrol after infiltrating by an area by small groups. To establish a permanent base. To rest and reorganize after extended movements. To hide the patrol when the patrol leader reconnoiters the objective. Please tell me in the comments. 35. Which is a common means of selecting a location for a patrol base? Is it map and aerial reconnaissance? Random selection? Continual surveillance? Chosen by 3 or more patrol members? 36. Why would an alternative patrol base be selected? So the security element can secure the initial one, in case no suitable site can be found by the objective rally point, for use as a line of departure, or for use by the patrol if the initial location is unsuitable. Yeah, I got something in my nose here, y'all. Sorry. 37. What, besides security, must be considered when planning for a patrol base? Resupply zone, mission, further use, welfare of local civilians. 38. How many points of entry does a patrol base have? 5 for ease of movement. 1 for control purposes. None to maintain secrecy. None. 3 for entry into each element. 39. In which formation should the patrol enter the patrol base? On a line? In a wedge? Single file? Fire team wedge? Squad lines? Please tell me in the comments. Yeah. When is 100% alert observed at patrol bases? All the time? Really? 1 hour at dawn and 1 hour before, 1 hour at dusk? Very seldom, usually only 50% alert throughout the night. 41. When would a patrol defend a patrol base? During the counterinsurgency operations only, during operations against guerrilla forces only, when evacuation or evasion is not possible, continuously at all costs. Please tell me in the comments. All right. B, matching. In the groups below, question 43 through 50, match the items in columns 1 with the appropriate items in column 2. After corresponding number in the answer sheet, blacken the appropriate box. and blow your nose. Column 1, patrol action information. Specific orders to subordinate leaders to obtain, check, and distribute rations, water, ammunition, and equipment. Location of friendly and enemy forces within the patrol area. Methods of handling wounded and prisoners. Radio call signs and primary and auxiliary frequencies to be used by the patrol. What is the patrol to accomplish? Immediate actions to be taken by the patrol upon enemy contact during movement. Actions in the objective area. Attachment to the patrol. Paragraph number and names. Situation, mission, execution, administration, logistics, command, and signal. There's a total of 49 points in this one. And thus concludes, this has been 45 minutes long, thus concludes that chapter. Our next chapter will be Chapter 3, Employment of Infantry Patrols and the Scout Dog Teams. We might skip that. Really don't need to know much about the Scout Dogs, do we? I don't know. So, thus concludes another chapter of Infantry Patrolling. Thank you.